Welcome back to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 AM KKNW. I'm Brian.
And I'm Dan.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Our next guest is Glenn MacMillan from Eastside Autoworks. Glenn MacMillan has been the owner of Eastside Autoworks for the last 13 years. His company has roots on the East Side, repairing and maintaining vehicles for over 45 years. He has 35 years experience as automotive technician. He started with taking automotive shop classes at Bellevue High School in 1984. Glenn is now a board member for Bellevue's program and also Renton Technical College. He now gives back support that he got many years ago. Glenn has branched out in the last few years, creating Campers Northwest, a full-service VW camper, repair, restore, and upgraded facility. Welcome to the show, Glenn.
Welcome.
Thank you.
The student has become the master.
Wax on, wax off.
Now that Bellevue High School, and now you're like in charge of the whole thing.
You know, we used to drive from Newport.
Yeah.
Right down the hill here. I'm looking out the window.
You were cruising?
We cruised up to Bellevue for a 2-hour class, myself and some really good friends, and did that in our junior year.
That's
awesome. Amazing.
So tell us a bit about yourself, your hobbies, your interests, what you're doing when you're not fixing cars.
Yeah.
Sure. So in my after hours, I do still have car things going on for the industry. I'm the president of the Automotive Service Association here of King County. So just wanted to bring that up that, you know, these things you're on, you do after work. Sometimes it's actually work related, but it's a lot of fun supporting all the automotive shops around here.
I've known Glenn for 4 or 5 years-ish, something like that. You like to do road trips.
I was going to say, there's some more hobbies. I'll just throw them out there.
And whippets, right?
Whippets. I take my whippets out in my Eurovan and back with my Vanagon camper.
Gardening. I've seen pictures of your flowers.
I've got a very old Seattle house, and so I got to keep that going.
You did
and
some
remodeling.
Yeah.
And a lot of home remodeling. So I've lived there for 27 years. You guys
Depth. You've got multifaceted.
Renaissance man.
Yeah. So this is a show about homes. Share with us a fond memory about the home you grew up in.
So the past home, before I bought mine in Seattle, was right here up in Somerset, since we're in Eastgate here. And in the 80s, I was a little bit different. So I was kind of a gearhead as a young kid. I actually had a couple of tractors up on the hill. We were at 1,000 feet.
Wow.
I used to plow the snow with them.
Oh, nice.
And I would weld and I would do weird things. So I was probably not that liked by some neighbors, but it was different. And we had some cars around, and my dad's Volkswagen vans from the 70s. And I worked on those sometimes out in front of the house. So car stuff in my past, but good memories.
Awesome. So what kind of cars does Eastside Autoworks primarily work on?
So we do a lot of Volkswagen and Audis, Subarus, Mazdas. We have, work on super fun cars, Mini Coopers, Fiats.
Nice.
Those programs are great machines, and we like those. Of course, the family SUV and mom's van from Honda, Toyota, Nissan, and the luxury brands that go with those. We've serviced them all. But those are primary.
Now, your shop used to be located here in Eastgate.
Factoria, just right over the edge. Factoria for 20 years.
Right in the corner. But now you are
in North Bellevue.
North Bellevue by
Northrop Way and behind Dunn Lumber and Bellevue Kawasaki.
Yeah. So what does it take to maintain these cars? I thought this was appropriate. Glenn did his research and he thought, listen, our number one most expensive investment is a home, right? And that's what this show is about. So the second most important and probably costly is your car, right? Because if you don't have your mode of transportation, you can't pay for that house. So what does it take to maintain these things?
Well, the cost of vehicles has gone up way too much these days. They do come with a lot of good safety features and stuff. So we want to keep those going. 30, 40K nowadays is normal, and that's low. So what it really takes is routine maintenance. The 5,000-mile service is very important with synthetic oil. Do a flush every 6 months on the car, and just really try and do the routine maintenance that comes with the car's manual, and read those things carefully and online on how to do it every 10, 20, 30, 40,000 miles. And our motto is, let's get to the 200,000-mile club. I mean, the 100,000 miles, it's okay. You're doing good. 200's better, and how about 300,000 will pay that investment off over a good period of time, and you'll do okay. And if you do that maintenance early in the first 100, it'll make it to 3.
So tell me about like a story. I'm going off script with you, but when you do this consistently, right? You're consistently looking, taking care of the car. How does that extend the life when, a lot of these cars that you get nowadays, And they can go forever without any service. So why is it the frequency that's so important?
Well, they do build in a lot longer service interval parts now with spark plugs that last a lot longer, and the fluids and the transmission and stuff would definitely last a lot longer with synthetics. And so it's just staying on track and not getting the busy life in the way and forgetting, oh, I got to do some stuff on this car, and planning that investment and looking at the numbers before you buy the car. These cars are, some of them are very expensive to keep maintained over the years. And there are a lot of brands that just kind of keep going. And there's traditional, people know that, but they don't last forever. So they'll kind of poop
well,
out
it's the pay now or pay later,
Yeah,
right? 'Cause
exactly.
generally speaking, if you forget about something, you feel like the problem goes away, but it doesn't really.
It doesn't. It can burn you in the end.
I've heard the most economical car to drive is the one you own. So I think that's a maintenance
It really is.
issue.
It pays to.
So I know my car takes a lot of specialty tools. How do you keep up with the latest technology and tools? That's got to be daunting, working on so many different
Great
cars.
question.
Yeah.
That's a great. I mean, Eastside Autoworks prides themselves in having a lot of tools of our own. We've had to invest in them. The other thing, back to my association, we've actually created quite a group of shop owners that trade tools back and forth.
Oh, really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm very proud in my nowadays to have people call me and borrow something, and or just temporary or whatever, and that's really a neat thing. And we do that around the Puget Sound area.
It's not
So-
like the neighbor that never brings it back.
Nope, we make a note of it.
Yeah, right.
These things
Yeah,
are
I hope so.
expensive.
Yeah.
But it does help. The modern vehicle is very has a lot of tooling and electronics. We have a lot
That's
of
pretty cool.
scanners and a lot of
Yeah.
computers
Yeah.
to check these cars out and diagnose them correctly.
How has that changed your industry and how you approach things? Because, like you said, the
Oh.
cost of the equipment, but I mean,
10, 20 times fold. It's changing every 5 years. Unbelievable. So
exponentially.
yeah, that's why we're kind of focusing more on just some particular brands
Mhm.
of those European and Japanese cars, and then that really works for us as a business.
So what are the greatest benefits you offer to your customers?
Well, Eastside Autoworks has loaner cars that we provide for services if it's a day or so of work, and then rides locally in the North Bellevue area. Being a AAA approved facility, that was something we got about 8 years ago, and it was a really big step for us to be AAA approved. You've got to be in the top 97%.
Wow.
So top 3%. You're
So
up
your
there.
your slogan is passion for people's passion for cars. Now, I've been into his shop several times, and if you've met George and some of the other technicians there, you can really tell that they emulate your personality. Glenn is somebody that really does. When I think of mechanics, I grew up. My dad and behind our house was a mechanic that lived up there, so my dad would take his cars up there. He was a grouch. He was an absolute grouch, right? And he didn't want to really go talk to him, but
Right.
Dad said, "Hey, take the car up to so and so," and I'm not mentioning names to protect the innocent, but
Yeah.
anyways, it was just, it wasn't personal. He wasn't somebody that you had a conversation with, and Glenn and I we could talk about a lot of things for a lot of time, and so that passion for people comes out. Where did you get that?
I was in the service industry all along. It's been the same company. I was originally at a gas station right up here, a service station in Eastgate.
Gas jockey.
I was learning how to take care of clients from day one, and I was really, that was ingrained into my head from Charles Worthington and Mark Evanson, the owners, and it just kept going and kept going, and I was always kind of known as the person that could really talk to the client very well, but also fix them. So I got kind of lucky with both hats.
But is there a story that fit? I mean, they emulated it, but
No,
nothing that jumps out.
It's just deep inside, probably from my roots and with my dad. I lost him pretty young, actually just a couple years into my career. So I've kept that going all along. So
That's awesome. I love that about you, Glenn.
thank you.
So what's the new project you have going with Campers Northwest?
Well, Campers Northwest is our Volkswagen van building out facility. We're repairing these vans. I've been working on them for 30 plus years. We had them in my family for many years, from the 60s and 70s and 80s. And now I own Eurovans and Vanagons. We primarily do Eurovan service. And Campers Northwest is inside of our facility, and it is growing exponentially. We're really, really happy to do this. We love the clients, and we just have a really fun time working on them. They can be touchy to work on.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Those sexy Europeans. Yeah.
So where are you finding your van clients?
Well, we are, in the last 2 years, I made a relationship with a company in Seattle called Peace Vans. And just this year, we took over all of their clients' maintenance and repair of the vans. They went on to a newer product in another line, and that which worked out for them the best. They tell them directly us as a referral and email and all that. And so we're pretty full up right now with doing that this year, but we have some changes coming, so we're pretty excited about that. And the referrals just keep going on Facebook and the local van communities. I drive my own van, my camper around a lot and camp in it when I can, when I'm not working on customers' cars.
That's great.
What's your guys' slogan?
Passion for people, passion for vans.
Campers. We
Oh,
make
yes.
campers happy.
I forgot.
Make
about
campers
my own
happy. There you
slogan.
go.
We make campers happy.
Yes, the camper itself and the person behind the
That's
wheel.
awesome. I
That
love
shows
it.
up on our Campers Northwest on Facebook with some nice thumbs up shots.
Yeah. So how do you accommodate all this growth?
Well, just a few months ago, we were able to expand our facility out and build a new camper shop that has 4 additional bays. So we're really excited about that. We have new lifts coming in, and we're really we've changed even our design in the last just few weeks because we realized how much we are doing on these. And so we're moving our lifts around to accommodate, and really happy with that. We have a really nice facility in North Bellevue that it faces west. It's nice afternoon sun, but it's got a lot of trees for shade. And they're hard to work on. Some we have to work on outside.
Yeah.
So I've said that a couple
great.
times, but it's reality.
What do you see as the future of car ownership and getting outdoors with a vehicle?
Car ownership is it's changing. I'm going to carefully say this. I'm kind of analyzing what I have for clients, especially with this van culture that I have. They own a lot of small activity vehicles. They own a lot of Subarus. They also have a fair amount of electric cars. In that as an extra car, as another car. So the van can be the extra car, or the family get out there and go. And the inner city car is maybe the electric car, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. Or the Subaru, or in Dan's case, the Highlander, and like these different SUVs.
FJ.
So, well, that's a fun car. So
That's
you're gonna
a fun car.
and that's where that's where it can change. You can either have a fun truck or a car, and I'm not against that at all. We love our trucks, and we work on a lot of those, and that's why Campers Northwest is really going to be ultimately all vehicles that have a camping capacity or of some sort. We can service that kind of stuff and maintain them because we do the brands that are kind of popping up nowadays a little bit bigger. There's some bigger ones, bigger vans,
Yeah.
and other brands in the European and the Japanese. Volkswagen doesn't seem to be coming out with one in a large size anytime soon, but in 2023 there is an electric bus coming.
An electric bus.
An electric Volkswagen
Yeah,
bus.
we talked about that, like solar panels on the top too, and
But
then if you have a cloudy day, you can't go anywhere. You just got to stay there.
Yeah.
No.
Plug it in.
But our Eurovans are going to be able to go another easy 10 years. We'll
Wow.
eventually convert them over to different powertrains and stuff like that. So they're such an amazingly built, very strong platform with safety built in on the newer ones in the last 5 years. And they're going to be here to stay for a long time.
I'm surprised at values I see. I was telling Glenn before the show that in college, my wife and I drove a 69 VW bus that we used as a camper and loved that car. My $1,000 cheap transportation saw one just like it on the internet yesterday for $25,000.
Wow.
It's like, wow.
Yeah,
They're popular and they're a great car. But I think there's been kind of a cult following of a lot of these. So it's a nice niche for you to have there.
Yeah, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I went on a road trip with my son, and we just pitched the tent, threw it out, and put like an air mattress in there. I woke up in the middle of the night. I was not comfortable. I was like, "This is it. Last time I'm sleeping on the ground." I was not made to sleep on the ground at age 40 something. So. Oh man. So Glenn, we could talk forever. How do people get in contact with you?
Certainly, call Eastside Autoworks, email us at eastsideautoworks.com through our website, and Campers Northwest on Facebook. A good place to message us and go from there and take a look at how we do stuff.
Glenn, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much.
You're listening to Real Talk with Brian and Dan at 1150 KKNW. After the break, we have some more Real Talk and, of course, some great final thoughts. We'll be right back.
Did you know when you pay rent, you're actually paying someone else's mortgage? Are you tired of missing out on owning your own home? Fact: homeowners on average have 40 times the financial net worth of renters. The Eastside Real Estate Team has been helping many first-time homebuyers find and buy their first home. They specialize in customer service and put you first. They listen first to what you're looking for, and then they take the time to make sure their clients understand every aspect of the home buying process. If owning a home has been your dream, the Eastside Real Estate Team can help you. For a free, no-hassle consultation, call 425-200-4093 or find them online at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue.
Eastside Autoworks has served clients on the East Side since 1972. They're one of the oldest full-service facilities around. Check us out at eastsideautoworks.com or call 425-746-0162. European and Japanese vehicles are their specialty, and they love working on Volkswagens, Audis, Subarus, and Mazdas. Bring your super fun Mini Cooper or Fiat and they'll get it fixed right up. So when it's time to do service work on the mom van or family SUV from Honda and Toyota, think of Eastside Autoworks for all of your automotive needs. Getting in for service at Eastside Autoworks is easy. They'll get you into a loaner car, ride, or maybe Uber. Their AAA approved facility is very conveniently located in North Bellevue. Visit them on Facebook at Eastside Autoworks Auto Repair. Their slogan says it all: passion for people, passion for cars.
Are you worried about finding reliable care for a loved one? Interim Healthcare provides certified professional caregivers so that people who are ill, disabled, recovering, or elderly can remain safe and comfortable in their own homes. If you or a loved one needs reliable and quality care, call us at 425-274-3720. Again, that's 425-274-3720.
Seattle, Tacoma, Antwerp? That's right. We're streamed worldwide on our app and on the web at 1150kknw.com.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Brian and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Brian.
And as we finish out our episode, man, great interviews today, yeah?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed talking to Glenn and Dexter. I really love to have great people that care about what they do here, sharing that with the public.
Part of our Eastside community.
Yes,
Just love doing
love
that.
it. Yep. So, Brian, we've got some time here for some final thoughts. Before we get into your final thoughts, I want to let y'all know, all of our listeners know about a great listing that we just went live with in Redmond. It is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and I always say 2.5 bath, but I have to explain, it's 3 bathrooms, right? So everybody knows you walk into a bathroom, you've got a sink, you've got a shower, you've got a toilet, you got a tub. Well, if it doesn't have a tub, it's not a full bathroom. So this house has 3 total bathrooms, but 2 3/4 baths. So when you add 75 and 75,
the fractions
you get
don't
$1.50.
add.
Yeah. So anyways, I always hate that I have to publish that it's 2.5 bath. It's 3 bathrooms with an ability to actually shower yourself in the morning and go out. So that's actually pretty good because you've got the master with a bath off master. But it's on an acre. It's private. It's quiet. There's lots of parking for campers, right? If somebody wants to park a few campers up there, they can do it.
Price point?
It is $660. In Redmond, 15 minutes from Microsoft.
On an acre.
On an acre.
Wow.
Yeah. So this one's going to be open on Saturday from 1 to 4. We may have it open on Sunday, but I will be there from 1 to 4 on Saturday. If you want to come see it, it's a fantastic property. Should be fun. It should be posted online, so search the Eastside Real Estate Team and find that house. It's going to be awesome.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Final thought. I'm kind of circling back on staging because something that I typically, Dan and I both do, is we'll do an interview with a seller right up front to really understand what the motivations are, what the needs, how we can best serve them. And as we talk through the process, once in a while, I have someone that says, no, we're not going to stage.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to do that. And I have a pretty soft approach where I simply do 2 market studies for them, one as is and one with everything done. And it's not that everybody does everything we recommend. We do provide a detailed list. I can't remember a time when I did both market studies. They didn't opt for the more money, sell it faster, less hassle. I mean, it just makes sense. It's good business. So I just wanted to just add to that it's us doing our job at the highest level to encourage our clients to do what's need to be done to get top dollar, reasonable period of time, no entanglements.
So you've never had a seller come to you and say, "Oh, Brian, just sell it for whatever."
I've sold a couple thousand. I haven't had that one yet.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had people for their needs need to sell quickly, and we priced accordingly.
Yeah.
But it just makes sense to maximize that asset, get the
Yeah.
most you can. That's what we do.
So I'll be at an open house this weekend, but what are you doing this weekend?
I'm gonna maybe get out and watch a little bit of Seafair. Dan, you want to tell us about
So
that?
this is the big one for those of us on the east side. We all know that every year the Seafair Pirates, when do they start their little shenanigans? Is that like last week?
Yeah, they've started.
So they had a parade and all in downtown Seattle.
I'm not sure when Torchlight is.
Yeah, see, I think I seem like I missed that. But anyways, this weekend is the big Seafair Festival. So they're racing hydroplanes on Lake Washington, and then the Blue Angels come in town, and so they're screaming over the city. It's pretty fun. You can find out more information online, Google. So it looks like hydroplane racing, Blue Angels, the Army's Golden Knights, and aerobatic planes performing in the sky.
Nice.
There will be world-class wakeboarding trips and a parent map kid zone along with an inaugural, check this out, Glenn, classic car show. Music and entertainment and land. Ticket options and seating are available at seafair.com. So check it out. That brings us to the end of our show.
That's right. Till next week. Make it a good one.
Thanks for listening.